It was Sunday, August 16th, 1994, because I had arrived in DC from Oklahoma City on Saturday, August 15th. They were meeting up, I think at 11 or noon the next day, out on the National Wall. So that was my 24-hour introduction to DC.
I joined in 2009 or 10, I think. One of my friends found them just like randomly on Google, and he invited me to play pickup with all of them, and it was me and just a bunch of men, but they're all like really nice and really welcoming.
So it must have been like late 90s. I had just come back from studying abroad, and I grew up here, right outside DC in Arlington, and I felt like, hey, I want to play more soccer. I went to the National Mall. I saw a lot of people playing pickup, and for some reason, the guys would not let me play with them, and they would tell me, oh yeah, we have plenty of people, we don't need any more. But obviously, they were like, 5-on-5 or 6-on-6. So I just kept walking, and I saw a group of people. They were just a larger group, and I just randomly said, can I play? And they're like, sure. Like I said, I just haven't stopped playing with them since.
When I first moved here, soccer was still, one of those sports that people didn't really pay attention to. And so, just looking at the fields that we have in DC now, and then with DC United and Washington Spirit and Washington Freedom before that, there's just been a really great sense of community and building community around that. So I think, for the district, it's just made us a better city, and soccer is definitely, a pillar of the District of Champions.
I think especially with soccer, like all you need is a ball and a field really to play, so you don't need like a lot of money necessarily. You don't need to speak the same language, you don't really need to have anything in common besides just wanting to play a game.
I believe it's even more important for athletes and even teams to take a stance, whether it's racial, social justice. Together we can be a stronger voice, and definitely, athletes that are taking their power and using that for people to pay attention, because otherwise nothing changes. It's incredibly important for all of us as athletes, as teams, to stand up and stand in the gap for people that, are being marginalized. The more that we can just be there for each other, the better it is for everyone.